Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, posting a video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In a moment, we're going to be discussing what should you do if you want a relationship with someone you don't actually know. But first of all, if you didn't know about me, I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, A Celebration of Asexual Diversity book. I'm also the founder of Asexualise.com, the founder of Asexualise Academy, and I'm an asexuality coach, specialising in dating and relationships. So, tonight's topic then, what should you do if you want a relationship with someone you don't actually know? So on ASAP, which is an asexual dating app, I'm friends with a few asexuals. And one of the guys who I'm friends with on there says to me that basically they met a non-binary person who was aro ace, and they were asked to be their boyfriend. And they said yes on impulse. So now the situation is they're in a relationship for the second time with an aro ace, and they've got lots of questions because since they've been together, they don't know each other, but are living close enough to meet in person. What should they do? Right? So I thought I would share this with you, right? Okay. So when we are asexual, we can get very, very excited because if we meet another asexual that we think might be compatible with us, there can be this kind of excitement and urgency and maybe scarcity that we're not going to get anyone else, right? This can be one train of thought, right? The other train of thought is like life is an opportunity, right? And don't lick a gift horse in the mouth. So we've got two scenarios here. One is the kind of more cynical, pessimistic, or realistic, maybe even view is that basically you shouldn't get into a relationship with someone you don't know because you don't know them, right? And the second is, well, do you take a risk and take a chance when, you just meet, right? And there is no definite right or wrong answer to this, but in my personal experience, you should always get to know a person for a long period of time before getting into a relationship. Now, having said this, my best asexual friend has just met their soulmate just over a month ago. And that's it. They didn't even know each other very well, but they are so similar that it's like they've known each other all their lives, I guess. They haven't said this, but I just know them. And that's what I would just say. Like, it's a dream come true. I'm so happy for Sam. Sam's my best friend. They've been searching for someone for a relationship for 8 years. And they just really knew that that person was for them. They both knew that, they both knew they were for each other, and that's it. They'll be together forever now. I don't doubt that at all. They are so good like that. And I guess for me, that's the way I've always thought love should be. It should be kind of instantaneous. It should be, I just know you're the one for me. But I guess I'm struggling more lately with that because it's difficult because I still believe in that quite a lot, but I also believe for me personally, because I have anxiety, that I need to get to know the person a very long period of time before getting into a relationship with them. I need to be friends with them for a long time because personally, I don't think you can really understand someone unless you've been friends with them for a long time on a fundamental deep level, and there's always going to be things that crop up, even like 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 18 months down the line that you really didn't know about the person. And that's true even if you do get into a relationship with someone, there's going to be stuff you found out about them. And it's kind of like, from an anxious anxiety personality point of view, it's better if you kind of get as many ghosts out the way as possible, many ghosts out of the closet before you get into a relationship, just to make sure you're absolutely sure. But, there is a degree of like risk you take in any relationship. There's a degree of risk you take with anyone you meet, but this particular person, ASAP, they've literally only just met this person by the sounds of it. So what I would say is if you just met someone that you want a relationship with, or like this person, they've actually said, I'm in a relationship now, right? And accepted it, you should video chat with them. That's what I said. They said, what should I do? Because they've got the opportunity to meet up with this person in person, right? But first, you should video chat. The reason you should video chat with them first is because it's like kind of Skype dating or video dating, right? You can actually set a, say it's official date if you want. And, you can get to see the person in their own home environment. This says a lot about a person, right? Because when you're messaging, they're going to show the best of you. They're going to show just bits of you. They're going to show the best of them. They're just going to show bits of them. They're not going to show the true full picture. But when you video chat with them, they're usually in their own home environment, whether they live on their own or they live with their parents, and you're going to be able to see how they are in real life context a lot more. Obviously, it's still just a snapshot because it's probably likely in their bedroom or their lounge if they got their own place, and so it's just a snapshot, but it gives you a much better idea than just hooking up with someone for a relationship on the internet, even if it isn't sexual, because at the end of the day, it could be anyone behind that picture. You don't know that they are who they say they are, and when you video chat with them, you can find out if they're really asexual or not, right? Because a lot of people, especially on ASAP, are liars. They're not even real asexuals. A lot of them are sugar daddies. There's a lot of scammers on there, not everyone, but you've got to be aware of these people, So my best advice to you would be to not just jump into a relationship, to get to know someone over a long period of time first, to find out if they really are right for you or not. Like in my ideal world, my romantic world, I just meet if we're discounting the British guy that I like a lot, I just meet an Indian guy and it'd be like love at first sight, and he'd be crazy about me from day one, and everything would be great and awesome, and we would be totally right for each other, and that would be it, right? But life doesn't work like that. And also, well, it can for some people, actually. It's not true, because I know some people it works like that for, but because I have such an anxious personality, I don't know if that would actually work for me in practice, because I do need to know the person very well to know I can trust them usually. I mean, with me and my best friend Sam, it was instant trust after 3 days. So I think it is actually possible to get that. So I don't think it's completely impossible to get a relationship for me with a guy who just me. I don't think it's completely impossible for them to be trustworthy. But I think a lot of the time people have to prove themselves, prove they're trustworthy. You have to listen to what they say, listen to what they don't say, take on board their body language when you talk to them. Like if you video chat with them, are they attentive, or are they busy on their keyboard, or their mind looking elsewhere on their phone or something? You don't want to be in a relationship with a person who's only giving you half the attention you deserve. Right? Are they going to introduce you to their family and their friends, even on video camera? Are they going to be, like, how do they appear in their home environment? Are they agitated? Are they comfortable? Are they comfortable talking to you? Like, have they said, they don't smoke, and then you find a cigarette packet hanging out of their top pocket of their shirt or something like that? Do you know what I mean? And are they like they are in their picture? Are they who they say they are, So it's really important that before you actually get into a relationship with someone, even if you really do want one with someone you don't know, it's really important to video chat. And I don't mean just for half an hour. I mean a solid 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of video chat. I mean, one time, a long time ago, I video chatted with a guy overnight for about 7 hours, and I realised after that he was really bad. He was like narcissistic. I told him about some of the abuse I'd gone through in the past, and he was siding with the abuser straight away. It's horrible. So I knew that guy wasn't for me, and actually lived only a couple of hours away from me. But remember, love is not always convenient. I've said that before, I'll say it again, So yeah, I mean, I've always thought that I will meet an Indian guy. He will be my soulmate, and it will be kind of instantly love at first sight, like him crazy about me being able to trust him. And that would be like my ideal world scenario if we're discounting the British guy that I like recently. So, but like I said, with the way my personality is and my experience, I feel like I really have to get to know someone. The problem with getting into a relationship with someone really quickly who don't know is what this guy says, right? This guy says he's excited and scared and happy and worried, right? And that's a problem. If you don't know someone, you can be excited, scared, happy, and worried. It's okay to be scared, and it's quite right. You don't know the person. Like I've been in a relationship with someone who got into a relationship with someone after only 3 months of knowing them. I've got into a relationship with someone after knowing them for about 8 months. I've known people for a year and they've still changed and not been a good person, you know? So please heed with caution. You don't know someone, you know, until you've given them a chance and a long period of time, you know, to get to know you, to earn your trust. You know, you need to know that they're rock solid with you as a best friend before they even get into a relationship. Like, do you trust them? Do you trust them not to go off with anyone? Do you trust them around their friends? Do you trust them to be completely open and honest with you? You know, do you feel comfortable in their company? Can you actually talk to them? Can you talk to them about hard stuff? Because at the end of the day, it's all very good having moonlight and roses in a relationship, unless you can talk to them about the hard hitting stuff, the things that really are going to make or break a relationship. You're not going to even be in a strong position to be in a good, healthy relationship with them. Do you know what I mean? So please, if you are thinking about getting into a relationship with someone you don't know, or you've already gotten into one, take your time getting to know them still. Video chat with them, not just once, not just twice, a long time. You need to be working up rapport with that person. You need to be getting to know them better. You know, like maybe you don't want to just be in your home environment. Maybe you want to have a conversation out in the countryside, out walking, you know, around your home. Show them some places. So act as though you would be on a date with them, walking out with them, but where you'd actually go, so they can get familiar with the type of places you like, how you behave around other people, all this type of thing. You know, it's really important that you take your time. At the end of the day, there's no rush, but I don't think you should miss opportunities either. I think if opportunity's knocking at your door, you should open it wide and take it. You know, some people, they can just search and search and search for years and keep going to the next best thing, instead of realizing what's under their nose. So I do think it's twofold this. Do you know what I mean? But it's very important that you do get to know someone. Like video call, audio call, be in each other's lives, you know, as if you were in a relationship before you even get into a relationship. Then you'll know if it's comfortable, you'll know what feels good, what doesn't. You'll be able to sort of set boundaries together and expectations before you even get into a relationship. You know, and sometimes, you know, things can just happen really quickly and you do end up meeting the right person really quickly. That happened with my best asexual friend. They didn't even know their partner, but their partner is so what they wanted that it doesn't really matter because it is the right person for them. Do you know what I mean? So things can happen quicker, you know. I've got lots of people I've talked to over the last 6 years, and I still, you know, if we disclude that in British guy recently, I still haven't met the right asexual guy for me yet, you know? So it takes a long, long time, you know, to find the right person. Like the British guy I do like, but the jury is still out on them and me. So we'll see what happens. But I just know that I really like them. I do have a good connection with them. I think they're a really amazing person. I love their personality. And I do actually think about cuddling them and stuff. But I've known them since June the 1st, and it's October now, so it's not like I don't know them at all, but we've only been really talking a lot more intensely for about a month, I think it is now, something like that. So again, we still need more conversations, we still need more video chats, we still need to know each other a lot better, you know, and, you know, before you meet up in person, you should video chat. And before you get into a relationship, my advice is to actually meet up first rather than get into a relationship first. Because if you get into a relationship first, that does put a lot of pressure on you. You know, it's like, well, what if you meet and you not actually suitable, but you've already got into a relationship with them? So that's kind of like going to be bad, if you know what I mean. Because it's like, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure then to get on with the person and to be attracted to them, even if you end up not being so much when you meet in person. It's better to video chats first, audio call, but video calls are best. And then, you know, they should arrange, hopefully, if they're keen on you, to meet up in person. And then you can see what they're really like. And maybe even, I don't know, you might even want to kiss them first just to see what it's like. But then obviously, if you stay kissing them, you pretty much need to be in a relationship with them, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Because you might need to, like, usually I can tell if a guy's suitable for me to be in a relationship with them or not just by kissing them. Like, if I kiss a person and I feel like you should just be my mate, then I know it's a bad mistake to actually think about being in a relationship with them. But if I kiss them and just want to kiss them more and more and more, then I know that they are a really good person for me to potentially be in a relationship with. So yeah, I think, you know, for me personally, if I was meeting someone online, I'd have to meet up with them first before actually committing to being in a relationship with someone, because I can't commit to someone unless I've seen them in person, can feel them, be around them in different situations, because you need to see how they're going to react to other people, to stressful situations, to situations that they're not used to in their normal home environment. You've got to see their mood, their personality, you know, and you need to get the bigger picture. When you are online, you get just a snippet. Even video camera for 3 or 4 hours is not the same as seeing someone in person, because you're getting a snippet. You're getting kind of the good parts. You need to know what the bad parts are as well, so you don't get a rude awakening when some of the shit hits the fan, if you know what I mean. So you need to make sure that you know exactly what that person's like, inside out and out backwards a lot of time, in my opinion, before you get with them. It'll make the relationship a lot more smoother, a lot less rocky. And, you know, thanks for the thumbs up, and ask lots of questions. Ask the really tough, hard-hitting questions when you first meet up, like, you know, what do you want? Deal breakers? Do you want sex? Do you want marriage? Do you want kids? You know, do you want to live together? How do you see yourself in a few years' time in life? Are you a mover or non-mover? Can you move or can't you move? Or are you indifferent to that? You know, you need to ask all these questions early on, like, what would the relationship look like? Get them to spell it out to you. Like, what would the relationship look like? If we were in a relationship, how would that actually physically work, mentally, emotionally work? How would that happen? What procedures would we put in place? What would we expect from each other? You know, would we expect to see each other every weekend, like twice a month, several times a week? You know, all these type of things really need to be discussed, and you need to find out, like I said, what they are like at their worst, because you need to know, even if their mood gets bad, they're still not going to take that out on you and be horrible to you. You don't want that type of person. So you really need to keep getting to know the person more and more and more, you know. But I would say there is a danger that you could friend zone that person, you know, because you're too scared of damaging the friendship, right? And that, you know, therefore you don't actually get into a relationship with someone who might be very good for you, because you're bestest friends in the first place. And that is a fundamental type of relationship to have, is when you're best friends. Because when you're best friends, you're so much more super stronger and bonded together. It's kind of like you can get through anything life throws at you as a couple if you are connected and bonded in such a way that you really understand each other, that you can think and feel what the other person's thinking and feeling before they've even said it to you or expressed it to you, right? And you want someone that you really do feel a strong attraction and pull for, but in a healthy way. You know, but just because you've got a strong, like, chemical attraction for that person, don't mean to say they're right to be in a relationship with. Even if you both like each other, it doesn't necessarily mean to say they're right to be in a relationship with. But then, you know, you can't be afraid to take risks either in life, because every relationship is a risk. And if you've been hurt in the past, that is actually the past. You know, if you keep holding on to the past, you'll not find a good person for you to spend the rest of your life with. That's what you want. You know, I want to spend the rest of my life with a really good guy for me, who'll love me and adore me all over. Be wonderful. So, you know, take your time, video chat with the person, talk a lot, ask a lot of hard-hitting questions, explore scenarios. What if we were in a relationship and this happened? What if a relationship and that happened? Expectations, all these type of things before you even get into the relationship. Therefore, when you think about seriously getting into a relationship, you'll be a lot more stable, strong, and secure, that you know that person, you know what they're about, what they want, what they don't want, and what they expect and what you expect and don't. Anyway, I hope that's been useful, helpful, insightful. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit the great big bell button after you subscribe to get notified of every time I go live right now, I post a new video. Until the time, embrace your quaggy and each other's. Bye bye. Lots of love. Thanks for watching. Bye.